It's rarely even mentioned that China has many thousands of spies working in the United States in business, finance, academia, technology, media, and likely even government.
America, we just uncovered what might be one of the most blatant cases of Chinese Communist Party infiltration in American politics. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass took over $1 million in donations from two Chinese bankers with direct ties to CCP's intelligence services, then immediately appointed them to her mayoral transition advisory team. But here's the kicker. These aren't just any bankers. These are operatives connected to the United Front Work Department, which the CCP calls their magic weapon for infiltrating and subverting foreign governments.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass allegedly took money from a pair of bankers with ties to Chinese Communist intelligence, who were then appointed to her mayoral transition advisory team.
What is up, guys? Tyson De La Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This is textbook pay-to-play politics with foreign advisory, and it's happening right under our noses in one of America's largest cities. Let me break down this corruption scheme for you. According to an explosive investigation by the Daily Caller News Foundation, Mayor Karen Bass received over $1 million from two Chinese bankers, Dominic Ng and Simon Pang, and their affiliated institutions.
Karen Bass built her career as a community activist. Well, there's a code word we now understand what it means. Her history is tied to radicalism, Marxism, and a dangerous ideology that bled from the fringes into the mainstream.
Here's how the money flowed. Simon Pang donated $33,000 total, $3,800 to her congressional campaign, $4,700 to her mayoral campaign, and between $5,000 to $24,000 to the mayor's fund. Dominic Ng personally donated $1,500, but here's where it gets interesting. His East West Bank Foundation donated between $100,000 to almost $1 million to Bass's mayor fund. And what happened right after Bass collected all this Chinese money? In December 2022, she appointed both bankers to her mayoral transition advisory team, the group tasked with guiding policies and staffing decisions of her administration.
According to campaign finance records, Yin and Pang and their affiliated banks have donated about $1 million to Bass's political efforts and the nonprofit. These contributions came right before she appointed them to the transition team, raising questions about quid pro quo.
Now here's where the story gets scary. These aren't just wealthy Chinese American businessmen trying to buy influence. Both Dominic Ng and Simon Pang have held official positions with the Chinese Communist Party intelligence networks. Simon Pang serves as the Southern California coordinator for the Chinese People Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries. Sounds innocent, right? Wrong. The United States Department designated the CPAFFC as a foreign mission in 2020 because it's directly controlled by the CCP's United Front Work Department. The United Front Work Department is what the Chinese Communist Party calls their quote-unquote magic weapon for infiltrating and subverting foreign governments.
Congress needs to dig deep into the financial operations of the University of Pennsylvania, its Chinese donors, the Biden Center, and the Biden family, and figure out what the hell is going on.
Their job is to identify, cultivate, and co-opt foreign political leaders to advise Chinese interests. Pang was even awarded the title of Sino-U.S. Friendship Envoy by the CPAFFC in 2019. And get this, he wore a Mao suit in Beijing's Great Hall of the People during the Communist Party's 70th anniversary celebration. This guy isn't hiding his allegiances. Dominic Ng has his own CCP connections. He served at the executive director level in an honorary position with Chinese Overseas Exchange Association and attended a March 2015 session of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference as a guest observer. This is a textbook Chinese influence operation, and it's been going on for years. By 2019, Simon Pang had led 9 delegations of U.S. lawmakers to meet with the CPAFFC officials in China. 9 delegations. And most of these lawmakers on the trips were Democrats. In 2014 alone, Pang brought 21 mayors to meet Chinese officials. The Chinese government uses these sister city relationships and culture exchanges to press their political agendas and identify potential assets in American government. Expert Sam Cooper, who tracks Chinese influence operations, called this situation a huge red flag. He told the Daily Caller that having United Front operatives on transition teams is exactly how the CCP builds political leverage in foreign governments.
I mean, it's really an embarrassment on our country that we have more people locked up in the United States than any place in the world. And if you look at the many people who are locked up, they're locked up because they're poor.
Gordon Chang, the author of Plan Red, China's Project to Destroy America, put it perfectly. Los Angeles is now a wide open city for China's communists.
It's a really big deal because the Communist Party has actually said that we are an enemy. In May of 2019, People's Daily, which is the most authoritative publication about China, declared a quote-unquote people's war on the U.S.
The CCP has successfully placed operatives in advisory positions and arguably one of America's most powerful mayors. And here's what makes this even more disturbing. Karen Bass has a long history of communist ties. Back in the 1970s, she was a huge advocate for Fidel Castro and his communist regime in Cuba.
Let me introduce you to Karen Bass. Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass went on at least 15 trips to Cuba, many with a group known as the Venceremos Brigade, a Marxist group started by the Castro regime to subvert American interests, weaken democracies, and spread communism around the world.
So needless to say, this isn't her first rodeo with Chinese communist operatives. Earlier this year, it was revealed that Bass also hired the son of a CCP intelligence official as a city liaison. There is an absolute clear pattern here of Bass surrounding herself with people connected to American enemies. While Bass resists federal immigration enforcement and fights against ICE operations in Los Angeles, she rolled out the red carpet for Chinese communist intelligence operatives. She'll fight tooth and nail to protect illegal immigrants from deportation, but she'll happily take money from foreign adversaries. The mayor's fund that's received hundreds of thousands of dollars in Chinese money has already sparked corruption concerns. Under the previous mayor, this nonprofit allegedly allowed mayors to solicit contributions outside legal campaign finance bounds. Let me be absolutely clear what we're dealing with here. This isn't just local corruption. This is a national security threat. The Chinese Communist Party is systematically infiltrating American city governments by using wealthy operatives to buy influence with campaign donations.
You know, Xi Jinping, the Chinese ruler, he doesn't want to compete with us in the existing international system. He wants to overthrow it altogether because he drops hints about how China should be the world's only sovereign state, which means that everybody else, including America, should just be a colony.
Los Angeles isn't just any city. It's America's second largest city, a major port of entry, and the home of critical infrastructure. Having CCP operatives advise the mayor on policy and staffing decisions gives China unprecedented access to sensitive information about American operations. Think about what these transition advisors have access to: city planning documents, security protocols, infrastructure details, personnel decisions, and policy priorities. All of this information is valuable intelligence for foreign adversaries.
May 1st, 2020, President Trump initiated an executive order which prohibited American electric companies and grid operators from buying equipment from China because it could be sabotaged. Well, within hours of taking the oath of office, Biden repealed that executive order. You know, there's no justification for doing that. There were so many giveaways in those initial executive orders to China, and Biden didn't get anything in return from the Chinese. So, you know, the Chinese are just laughing at us because he's just given everything away.
The Chinese government has been running this playbook for decades. They identify rising political figures, shower them with money through seemingly legitimate business channels, then cash in their chips when these politicians reach positions of power. America, what we're seeing in Los Angeles is exactly what China's Plan Red looks like in action. The Chinese Communist Party is buying American politicians with campaign donations, then placing their operatives in positions where they can influence policy and gather intelligence. Karen Bass took over $1 million from Chinese communist intelligence operatives, then immediately gave them advisory positions in her administration. This isn't coincidence. This is corruption, and it is a direct threat to American national security. While Bass fights federal immigration enforcement and protects illegal immigrants from deportation, she's welcoming Chinese communist operatives into the highest levels of Los Angeles government. She'll resist American law enforcement, but embrace foreign adversaries. This story proves that the Chinese Communist Party's infiltration of American politics isn't some conspiracy theory. It's happening right now in a major city. And politicians like Karen Bass are either too corrupt or too naive to care about national security implications. Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.